gentlemen, girls and boys, I welcome you today on behalf of Pollyanna of Littleton, New Hampshire's most welcoming attraction. Today is the 50th anniversary of our historic unveiling of a beautiful, vibrant sculpture on the library lawn, reminding us all to be glad and cheerful every day in every way. There's something that can turn about and be glad. Please be glad, and let's do a practice of that. Be glad, be cheerful. Let's say it together or to someone nearby. Be glad, be cheerful, and welcome. Today we have a lot of tidbits of tradition. It is a glorious day under the umbrellas. In 2002, in June, the umbrellas were very necessary, as were winter jackets. It was a delightful show of glad perseverance and positive optimism. Today, the sunshine and the umbrellas and the sculpture, which you can see, the most elegant Pollyanna. In 15 years, we have learned a lot about optimism. We have learned that it is possible to practice being glad. We have learned that everyone is not as glad as everyone else every single day. We have learned how to have fun together, being glad and collaborating. We have seen wonderful things happen in the community. We have seen umbrellas pop. We have seen many, many hundreds and thousands of visitors come in 15 years to Littleton just to have a time to celebrate gladness and cheer at the now iconic sculpture. You will notice in due time, don't look now, but the sculpture of Pollyanna of Littleton has become so enjoyed by so many. Many people have said it is the most beloved sculpture in the state of New Hampshire. We love that. We feel Pollyanna of Littleton and New Hampshire deserve that accolade, and we also appreciate it most humbly. If I can take 1 minute for a quick history. In the history of Pollyanna goes across 3 centuries. I won't discuss the 3 centuries except to say Eleanor Porter was born in 1868. She wrote the book in 1913 of Pollyanna. It was called the First Glad Book, which meant she had to write a second one, which she did in 1915. In 1997 and 1999, there was a lot of curiosity in Littleton, and Littleton became more aware of the author. The Eames family at that time made the very bold, optimistic, fabulous decision to commission a sculpture. Emil Birch was a New Hampshire artist chosen to do that. We now know how wonderfully, superbly effective his artwork is and remains and was. Pollyanna hasn't missed a day, no matter what the weather has been, to be glad and cheerful on the library lawn with a wave. Since then, we have received many accolades, much media coverage, and most of all, so many glad exchanges with visitors and residents, and just delightful stories. If I start to tell you now, I will ruin it for you not to hear the rest of the news from other people. But I will say, we are charmed to have Pollyanna here. We are so delighted to have you here. Thank you for coming. And one other thing. first glance was that we wanted to emulate her wave. And many people wave as they cross the street. They wave just in a moment in time. Without words, we know what that means. And it can mean many things, because Pollyanna can look down and say, oh, well, I'll get through it. But it also has us taking closer looks, just symbolically. So I encourage you to look closely. She has her chin up, good lesson. She looks far off with a vision, another good attribute of optimism. Her arms are wide open to whatever comes, coming and going in life, and especially open so that we can have a wide-reaching hug. Also, don't let it fool you. She's a step ahead. If you rub her foot for luck and gladness, we wish you gladness abundantly. But she has one step forward. Take a closer look. Read the inscription on the back. We welcome you. Thank you very much. We're going to have, at this time, some important traditions and recognitions. At this time, Erin Hennessy will come forward and read a proclamation. Thank you.
Thank you. This is from Governor Chris Sununu. He couldn't be here today, so I'm happy to read it for him. State of New Hampshire, by His Excellency Christopher T. Sununu, Governor. Proclamation. In the year of our Lord, 2017, Pollyanna Day, June 10th, 2017. Whereas the jubilant Pollyanna sculpture is a bold symbol of Littleton's heritage of optimism and community spirit, and whereas today marks the official Pollyanna Day occasion and the 15th anniversary of the historic unveiling of the bronze Pollyanna sculpture commissioned by the Eames family as an inspiration for the community and all others, and whereas Pollyanna of Littleton, in her vivid welcoming pose and known as New Hampshire's most welcoming attraction, attracts visitors to New Hampshire from across the United States, nearby places, and many countries worldwide. And whereas author Eleanor H. Porter, 1868 to 1920, was born and lived in Littleton. She penned popular novels plus 200 short stories. In 1913, she created the cheerful Pollyanna, the world-famous character whose very name signals an understanding of hope and optimism. And whereas events of Pollyanna Day across 15 years have brought the story and spirit of Pollyannas alive on stage, in the music park, at street pianos, by themed tours, with volunteer partnerships, and in pretty streetscapes, and all have helped to educate, celebrate, and inspire others with Pollyanna's joy in their own communities. And whereas media attention, both in New Hampshire and nationally, continues the prominent positive public awareness to authentic Littleton and New Hampshire's history, including best public art of New Hampshire. And now, therefore, Christopher T. Sununu, Governor of the State of New Hampshire, hereby proclaims June 17, 2017, I believe that should be June 10th, as Pollyanna Day in the state of New Hampshire, and bring this day to the attention of all residents.
At this time, we are so glad that the town is an early partner in the project that has evolved now to Pollyanna the sculpture on the library lawn. So I welcome the select men.
Good morning. Town of Littleton, New Hampshire, a proclamation. Official Pollyanna Days. Pollyanna be glad town. Whereas Littleton is the birthplace of Eleanor H. Porter, a world-renowned author and creator of Pollyanna. And whereas the unflagging optimistic spirit and positive be glad nature of Pollyanna is embodied by the Littleton community in all of its endeavors. And whereas Pollyanna of Littleton, New Hampshire Incorporated is a nonprofit organization dedicated to the promotion of Pollyanna for the spirit as well as the Littleton area. And whereas this celebration weekend marks the 15th anniversary of the historic unveiling of the bronze Pollyanna sculpture commissioned by the Eames family as an inspiration for the community and others. And whereas events at Pollyanna Glad Days have brought the story and spirit of Pollyanna gladness alive on stage, on pianos, with activities bringing to life in groups and special relationships. And whereas the official Pollyanna Day occasion is planned and cheerfully together at the Pollyanna Gateway under a canopy of umbrellas and prisms in view of the signature sculpture in Riverside and charm of downtown. Whereas uplifting the influence of hometown history and creating a solution for renaming Upper Mill Street in the town of Littleton gave tributes to Eleanor H. Porter by name, Porter Street. And now therefore we, the Littleton Board of Selectmen, do hereby gladly reaffirm that the second weekend of June will be known in all future years as Pollyanna Glad Days, Glad Fest, and further enthusiastically recognize New Hampshire's most welcoming attraction as an enduring symbol of Littleton's literary, community spirit, and artistic heritage.
We thank the Governor, Chris Sununu. We thank Skylar Sweet from the town as selectman. And now Chuck Henderson will bring greetings.
Thank you. It's a great pleasure to be with you here on this beautiful day and bring warm wishes from Senator Jeanne Shaheen. It hasn't been the warmest spring up here in the North Country. In fact, many of you have, everybody put their snowshoes and skis away, but you've been reaching for your winter parka, now called your summer parka, probably a few more times. You fired up your pellet and wood stoves in June. What is wrong with that? And even the little seedlings in your gardens have been saying, "Can I have a sweater? It's a little chilly out here." They stay that height for too many days, but the lilacs have come out, the lupins are out. It's a warm, sunny day here in Littleton, and it's a great day to have gladness in your heart. So thank you for inviting me, and I hope everyone has a wonderful celebration today. Thank you.
I'm going to take a quick minute. We have several partners and friendly speeches as we heard on 2002's dedication of the sculpture. Today I would like to ask Megan Carr from the library to come forward. We have this is our new librarian, Megan Carr. And she is so very new that she has the distinct opportunity to receive from us a book that has been written by many others. Just a moment. A few years ago at Eleanor Porter's centennial, we were made aware of a children's classic that was edited by Roxanne Harding and Lydia Coccola. They are two women, one from Canada and one from Europe, Belgium area. And they were two of very many literary instructors, professors, people that had historic avocation of study, that loved the story Pollyanna and did deep research and wrote several essays. The essays are very interesting to read, and it's a children's classic at 100 years. That was their perspective. Megan, you should have this book in the library and have it available to many. It's very interesting to read excerpts and learn. There is one reason, Maggie, why this book is important. Someone has said, don't just read the easy stuff. You may be entertained by it, but you will never grow from it. So we have given you a book that has very much academic interest and factual and historic interest on Eleanor Porter. So we thank you and welcome. At this time, we will be enjoying some fanfare of music. Thank you.
We're the fanfare. But rather than doing, it was a toss-up of a solo, a duet, or just whistling. So, we're not taking any of those. You're all part of the fanfare because Pollyanna Weekend belongs to us, and we're all part of it. So, we're only going to sing one verse of it because the fanfare is short. It's a ta-da. It's go for it. And we thought it would be really great to do America the Beautiful. And I would like to have everyone to sing. Robert Will is my sidekick. He's the other half of the duet. Now it looks like the small version of the Mormon Tabernacle Choir. So, if you could all start. 1, 2, 3. Oh, beautiful forsacious skies, o'er amber waves of rain, for purple mountains majesty, above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed His grace on me, and crown thy good with brotherhood, from sea to shining sea. Thank you. You're a wonderful fanfare.
We have a lot of partners in gladness. Dave Ernsberger has exemplified that. He has his status of a most optimistic person with a Pollyanna Signature Award in 2012. It was well evident in his personality at that time and his endeavors that he was a qualified candidate for Pollyanna with the Signature Honorary Award. However, in these recent 5 years, he has exemplified as 3D and now HD, high definition optimism. So it is appropriate and delightful to present Dave Ernsberger to me, and with gratitude to make a few remarks at this time. You'll know him and you'll recognize him.
Good morning. So nice to be here. What a wonderful town we live in. What a wonderful day. Somebody rubbed the shoes of Pollyanna this morning and asked for this good weather. We appreciate that. I was given this hat to keep the sun out, or keep the hair out of my eyes, actually, but well, I really don't need it. But anyway, I'm here to kind of talk about a few wonderful things that are happening in our town. First of all, you're here as a part of Gladfest Weekend. This is the first year we've really done this, but we're going to make this an annual event where the whole community comes together. Our town is so lucky that we have so many wonderful people that volunteer of themselves and their organizations to support different projects in our town. So this is Gladfest Weekend is a celebration of Pollyanna, but it's also a celebration of all the wonderful volunteer efforts that go on in our town. So all of the things that you see going on in town are all from nonprofit organizations trying to lift their organization and their people and the people they're trying to support up as Pollyanna's lifted us up. So anyway, give you a couple of ideas of Gladfest last night. We had a very good party behind my store at the Nest, and a lot of good music on the street. Pollyanna, the musical cast, was out on the street and sang some of the songs that they'll be performing tonight and tomorrow at the Opera House Theater. We had a great breakfast this morning. If any of you went to the Congregational Church, it was a spectacular hit, and everybody's raving about what a wonderful event that was. This afternoon we'll have all over the downtown area, we'll have musical artists from around the area. We're lucky we have a lot of very talented artistic people, and so they'll be entertaining all of us with their music. Also across the street, as soon as this is over, we have the Gladtown Food Bazaar going on. The churches and Boys Girls Club, the Boy Scouts, the library, Friends of the Library, all of these organizations are participating in a food bazaar, much was a part of the story of Pollyanna, so I hope you enjoy that. The real big deal for us this year is we're doing the premiere performance in Littleton of Pollyanna the musical. And at the Opera House tonight at 7 o'clock, it costs you $12 if you're an adult, it's $5 if you're a kid, and you'll be able to see a spectacular musical play put on by the Upstage Players. They're doing it tonight at 7 o'clock, they'll do it tomorrow again at 2, and then next weekend they'll do it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evening. Is another performance of a great musical with a great message for all of us and for our families. I wanted to give you an update on a couple of other things going on. As you know, we've been working hard over the last few years with John Hennessy's leadership to redo the River District area. And this summer we'll be starting the redo of the streets. There's a lot of old infrastructure underneath those streets that needs to be repaired. So the first step in our revitalization of the River District is to redo all of that infrastructure, put new roads in, new sidewalks, to expand our river walk that's on the other side of the river all the way around to a 2-mile walkway that everybody can enjoy along this beautiful river that we live near. And so all of that's going to be happening. We have several new investors that have engaged in the River District, and they will be building. We have Schillings has already announced their new infrastructure there next to the gristmill building. That'll be breaking ground in the next 2 to 3 weeks, and will hopefully be finished by next year. So a great effort there. Lots of other very good things. I wanted to spend one last second talking about a family that exemplifies all that's great about our town. In 1920, the Eames family, Jack Eames, Jerry and John Eames' father, came to Littleton and bought a theater and moved his family here, and was delighted. He owned several theaters in the North Country, was very well known in the movie industry as a major impact person for movie theaters. In 1920 and 1930, that theater burnt down, and he, with his optimism and his belief in our area, rebuilt it each time, and today it's a spectacular part of our town with a great theater, great cinema, great technology being implemented there. The Eames family have always donated things. Across behind you, across the river there, all that vacant land used to be the Eames golf course. Jack Eames put that in so that the business people and the people who lived in Littleton could have some recreational enjoyment. For many years, it was a major part of our park system here in the Littleton area. In the 1950s and 60s, they've invested in the Thayer's Hotel. They've owned that hotel 4 times. It's a major part of why that historic structure is built over town. They bought several of the major historic buildings in the downtown area and refurbished them and brought them to life. So today we have this beautiful, fun, eclectic business district that's doing so well, while so many brick and mortar stores in the country are having problems. Our town is flourishing because of the Eames family. And then in the end of the 1990s, they took it upon themselves through their continual philanthropic efforts and efforts to give back to this community they love so much. They decided to do this Pollyanna statue, and here we are today, not only celebrating Pollyanna's 15th anniversary as a statue, but celebrating our very good fortune and having the Eames family a part of our community. So would you join me in thanking them? Okay, thank you very much. I'm very optimistic about the future of this beautiful community, and we're so glad all of you are here with us. Thank you.
The signature honorees that have been awarded over the last 15 years have been wonderful to us all and continue to work like hidden in plain sight for optimism and gladness and perseverance and cheer in the communities. We have Dick Hamilton here. I just want to point out 3 of the signature honorees. One was Dave Ernsberger, we've heard. Dick Hamilton has done so much in the state of New Hampshire. One of the things we've been able to partner with his love of Old Man and his commitment to the Old Man legacy is that Pollyanna does have pavers, signature pavers at the Profile Plaza. But today it was Dick Hamilton's initiative that helped us have the proclamation from the governor. He never leaves out the leaders, whether of the town or the state. He links those in. So we thank Dick Hamilton. Today also we have Barbara Ashley, a signature honoree, and she is known for her work through many different nonprofits and in the community, and has a legacy that is very long-lasting, both in the political arena of helping others get elected, and Ray Burton was part of that very wonderful exposure and participation she shared in the state of New Hampshire. Now, her opportunities are more local. I want Barbara to come forward at this time for our collective benefit, because she will be announcing the new signature honoree of 2017. Barbara?
Thank you all. Thank you, Karen, for those kind words. A little overdone, but I guess age will do that to you, and thank you ever so much. Welcome to the 15th anniversary of Pollyanna. It is absolutely spectacular. I am so honored to be asked to present the 2017 honorees. I know it's in your book, but I would like to read it to you so that you will understand what the implication vocally comes and why Deb and Dick Alberini are so deserving of this. They are the epitome of Eleanor Porter's version of Pollyanna of the town of Littleton. So if you will bear with me, and you can all hear me clearly, I hope? Great, all right. Following their wedding on June 8, 1974, happy anniversary, by the way, Richard, Dick, and Debbie Alberini came to Littleton on a mission. Debbie to teach faith and skills at St. Rose of Lima Elementary School, and Dick to teach history at Daisy Bronson Middle School. Soon the family included 3 sons, bringing joy and new purpose to raise the boys with love, family, and faith, instilling values of kindness and service. For the next 36 years plus, Dick brought history alive to Littleton's youth, lifting the words off pages as reenactments, role-playing, field trips, and more, all providing a stage for students to participate in the sights and sounds of history. Debbie was active in her faith and church work through acts of kindness, singing, and community service. Dick became the curator and director of events to come, with special attention to historically accurate costumes. Deb brought her voice and vision to the sights and sounds of those long gone to be heard again at annual cemetery walks, on tours of Main Street's historical sites, and caroling at Victorian Christmas. Dick and Debbie have brought joy to so many through programs and entertainment at Riverglen House, North Country Home Health and Hospice, Littleton Senior Center, the Opera House, and Littleton Regional Health Care, as well as the ecumenical fabric of the Littleton area and many more venues. Singing with choirs or the hot song singers, creating sing-alongs with Dick at the piano, musical presentations, reenactments, skits, and more. Every year that Dick and Debbie have participated in the Pollyanna Glad Day, one could see the parallel of their 43 years in Littleton to Pollyanna and the storied words of Eleanor Porter. It goes beyond their role-playing and recreations of the author and characters of the story. Debbie knows the glad game instinctively, reminding us of Pollyanna's words, every day, in every way, there is always something you can turn the other way and be glad. She's often compared to Pollyanna for her cheerful personality, infectious laugh, and ease of sharing the glad side of life's difficulties. The sound and enthusiasm of Dick's piano playing and many stints as church organist remind one of the words Eleanor Porter gave to Pollyanna. He, meaning her father, said, "If God took the trouble to tell us 800 times in the Bible to be glad and rejoice, he must want us to do it some." Dick does this best, playing the organ joyfully with all the stops out. You need to go to church when Dick is an organist before you leave Littleton. Trust me. His contribution to the inauguration of Littleton's piano project was equally joyful when he sat down and played the first piano and launched into a full version of Downtown. I believe it's available on YouTube. Faith or fate, probably both, brought Dick and Debbie to Littleton, knowing they were destined to participate and serve in all ways, and to remind us of the community that Eleanor H. Porter grew up in and the people that inspired her story of Dear, Dear Pollyanna. Dick never retired from his first mission. He simply moved forward. Now as curator of Littleton's Historical Society, and Debbie is now administrative assistant and lay leader of the First United Methodist Church. Her joy of writing has resulted in co-authoring the book Fully Human Yet Totally God. She also published R. Richard's Almanac, a selective of stories about well-known local veterinarian Dr. Richard Hill. Those three sons, I can see some of them, living and contributing to Littleton and giving Dick and Debbie 6 grandchildren to love and enjoy, all well imbued with the spirit of Pollyanna. It gives me so much pleasure to give the 2017 Signature Award to Dick and Debbie Alberini. Oh, you're over here. Thank you. Would you please join me here so people can actually... Dick, nobody has made the history so more alive since Eleanor H. Porter than you have for the town of Littleton. Congratulations. Thank you. Whoops. Yes, Dick, please say a couple words.
For those of you who know me, I never say a couple words. I can talk a hungry dog off a meat wagon, but I will keep it short.
But Debbie, say hi before you
Say hi before, yeah. Just trying to keep it brief. It's an honor, and I did not read what was in. I didn't want to, and it's humbling. Pollyanna isn't just me and Debbie. I mean, it's easy to love this town. The town, being a teacher for 38 years, supported my family financially, health insurance, and everything else they can do for me. I tried school, and we loved it all. So it's my way of giving back to this wonderful community. I didn't have that to be paid for, and I just hope I do it in some small way. Thank you very much for the honor.
Thank you so much. I'm very humbled by the right. I just appreciate it. Love this town. Thank you all very much.
Thank you for dressing for the part today, too.
Yeah, we're conspicuous.
Yes, and glad to, I know. Thank you so much.